Tonight, you'll turn off a light switch and the darkness will simply end. Your ancestors never had that option. When the sun went down, the world didn't dim. It disappeared entirely, and somehow they didn't just survive those hours. They built entire cultures inside them. So what actually happened when the light ran out? The first hour after sunset was the most dangerous, and everyone knew it. Predators that avoided humans during daylight became bolder in darkness. Ancient humans didn't fight this reality. They organized around it completely. Fire came first, and fire changed everything about what night even meant. A burning flame didn't just provide warmth. It created a small circle of safety in a world that had just become invisible, a radius where eyes could still see danger coming before it arrived. Inside that circle, something remarkable happened. The frantic, task-focused energy of daylight hours simply stopped. There was no more gathering, no more hunting, no more walking for miles under a blazing sun. For the first time all day, an entire group sat still together, facing the same fire, with nothing left to do but talk. This forced stillness may have shaped human culture more than almost anything else our ancestors did during daylight. Firelight conversation followed a completely different rhythm than daytime speech. During the day, talk was practical. Where's the water? Who saw the herd move? Is the child fed? At night, around the fire, the subject changed. Stories emerged, not random chatter, but structured narratives, myths explaining where the world came from, cautionary tales about what happens to those who wander too far, histories of ancestors long dead, retold so they would never be forgotten. This wasn't entertainment in the way you think of entertainment now. It was information transfer, disguised as story because stories are remembered when simple facts are forgotten. A rule stated once is easily lost. A rule wrapped inside a memorable story about a foolish hunter who ignored it survives for generations. The firelight itself may have done something even stranger to the human mind. Staring into flickering flame for extended periods appears to shift brain activity into a calmer, more reflective state, something closer to meditation than alertness. After a full day of vigilance, this nightly ritual may have been the only real mental rest our ancestors ever experienced. Sleep itself looked nothing like yours. Without electric light extending the day artificially, the body's internal clock ran almost entirely on natural darkness and dawn. But it wasn't one long, uninterrupted block the way you might sleep tonight. Historical records and studies of communities living without artificial light reveal something called segmented sleep. A first sleep beginning shortly after dark, followed by an hour or more of quiet wakefulness in the dead of night, then a second sleep continuing until dawn. That waking period wasn't wasted time either. It appears to have been used for quiet reflection, low conversation, even intimacy, a private hour tucked between two phases of rest, something almost entirely absent from modern sleep patterns compressed into a single, unbroken block. Not every night was calm storytelling and peaceful rest, of course. Night watch was real. Someone had to stay alert while others slept, protecting the group from threats that used darkness as cover. This responsibility likely rotated, another form of nightly cooperation most people alive today have never had to think about even once. The transition from day to night wasn't just a change in lighting. It was a complete shift in what it meant to be human for those hours, from task-focused survival to something closer to reflection, connection, and shared meaning. You inherited a mind built for that rhythm, a mind that expects darkness to mean rest, connection, and stillness, not a screen glowing 3 inches from your face at midnight. If any part of this made you rethink your own nights, you already know what to do next. The fire went out every single night for hundreds of thousands of years, and every single morning your ancestors were still there to light it again. End card. Subscribe for more deep dives into ancient human survival, prehistory, and the science behind how we really lived.